everybody! Welcome to Farm Girl. I am Andrew Rasmussen, and I'm here to tell you a really great story.
Andrei Tupolev. Andrei Tupolev was an outstanding scientist and designer, the founding father of Russian practical aviation. His story is the story of Russian aircraft, and his design bureau has been building aircraft for 80 years now.
Мы хотим создать такие самолеты, которые по своей экономике могли спокойно конкурировать с железными дорогами. И мы сейчас уже близки к этому.
Here we are in 1925, looking at the ANT-4, the world's first monoplane bomber made entirely of metal. And though it was the first, it was very successful. 1929 saw the first flight to the United States, with Tupolev building the first air bridge between Russia and the USA. Since its inception 80 years ago, Tupolev has built thousands of civil and military aircraft that are well known throughout the world. The first family of civil aircraft in Russian history take to the air. Here is the Tupolev family. For Russia, this is the most important event in civil aviation since Perestroika in the USSR. The family of airliners is made up of the 200 and 300 series. The Tu-204 are a model series of medium-range aircraft carrying up to 220 passengers, depending on the specific model, and with a range of over 9,000 kilometers. The Tu-334 are short-range aircraft carrying up to 105 passengers, flying distances of over 3,000 kilometers. Now, let us take a close look at these modern Russian aircraft. I'm sure you'll find them interesting.
It's really a very beautiful and effective airplane. Why are you so far away? Come in closer, closer. I will show you why in this environment of aluminium and composites, they call it a glass cabin.
A glass cockpit, which is still, of course, extremely strong. It is called glass because 6 screens replace the usual dozen instruments. These are colored, liquid crystal displays, onto which the pilots can call up any information they need, including flight control parameters, navigation data, and the state of the engines. Fuel consumption can also be monitored. The cockpit is the same for the entire family of Tupolev passenger aircraft, so the crews do not need any retraining. While in the cockpit, we should mention the main thing that distinguishes safe modern aircraft: fly-by-wire, which is a remote digital flight control system. This is included in all the Tupolev aircraft. Believe me, it's pure pleasure to fly such an aircraft. Here you can see how the 200 class aircraft are assembled at the Ulyanovsk factory. The designers provide all the production information in digital form only. No documents are needed at all. The parts of an airframe are being assembled close by. Look how another half-dozen new passenger and freight aircraft are taking shape in this enormous area. The airframe fuselage is 46 meters long and the wingspan is 42 meters, yet everything is precise down to tenths of a millimeter. The surface quality, precision manufacturing and assembly guarantees the high aerodynamic qualities of the Tupolev aircraft and their low fuel consumption. The Tupolev family of aircraft are certified as meeting all international standards. As of today, they have a service life of 45,000 flying hours, 25,000 flights, and 20 calendar years. The Tupolev Bureau is working to increase the service life to 60,000 flight hours. The common sections of the fuselage, the systems and instruments make the aircraft and their operation much more economical. The efficient wing profiles and advanced high-lift devices make the Tu-204, Tu-14, and 334 aircraft among the most economical and efficient in the world. Just take a look at the table. The noise level is amazingly low, well within current and future ICAO limits. Let us take another look at Tupolev's great history. This was the AN-T-20, in its time, the largest aircraft in the world. Its maiden flight took place in 1934. 8 water-cooled 900 horsepower engines lifted this giant into the air. Its 67-meter wingspan equaled that of a modern Boeing 747. In the Soviet Union, the AN-T-20 were used both as civil aircraft to transport passengers from Moscow to the Black Sea and as troop carriers. They were Andrei Tupolev's pre-war masterpiece. Intensive testing is what results in a truly perfect and reliable aircraft. The tests do not end once the certificate of flight worthiness is obtained. They continue to ensure that the aircraft and its systems are constantly improved. That is how the Tu-214 modification was born. Its takeoff weight was increased by 7 tons to reach 110 tons. It can carry commercial loads of up to 32 tons. Or take the Tu-204 300 modification with an increased flight range of 9,000 kilometers. The Tu-334 received an AP25 certificate and meets all international requirements. But the testing program goes on. Now, let's take a closer look at the various features of the Tupolev aircraft. The Tu-204, Tu-14, and 334 used common sections, creating a fuselage that is 3.8 by 4.1 meters and provides passengers with plenty of space. Look carefully at these two cockpits. Can you tell any difference? None. Yet they belong to two different types of aircraft. Now you understand how easy it is for airlines to ensure flight safety. After all, to prevent any pilot error, the pilots must feel at home in the cockpit. And this is, of course, the main safety factor. The Tupolev cockpits are a true, comfortable home away from home for the pilots. The same in all the aircraft. It's midnight. I am approaching Brussels Airport. Our Tu-204C is carrying a load of 27 tons. The aircraft lands almost noiselessly. It is specially designed for frequent takeoffs and landings with maximum loads. Practice has shown that over 2 years of operations in Central Europe, the Tu-204C's takeoff readiness was over 99%, ensuring that TNT and DHL freight always arrives on time. The Tu-204C is extremely reliable. Let me remind you that the Tu-204 is exceptionally quiet, and the design of its engines show true concern for the environment. Here is the ANT-25 in 1937. Chkalov and Gromov made direct flights of over 10,000 kilometers in 2 of these single-engine Tupolev aircraft, allowing America to get to know Russia a little better. The great history of the Tupolev aircraft continues. In the past, the Tupolev Bureau created a protective shield for the USSR. The Tu-16, Tu-95, Tu-22, and Tu-160 are nuclear missile carrier bombers, famous during the Cold War. Tupolev civil aircraft have always maintained the reliability and practical advantages of their military forerunners. The Tu-104, 114, 134, and 154, many of them have been flying for 30 years or more. The technology embodied in the supersonic Tu-144 took aviation into the future. Tupolev engineers were the first in the world to fly using cryogenic engines. Today, we present you with the latest family of Tupolev civil aircraft, which embody comfort, safety, and reliability.
Goodbye! Goodbye for the day, but not goodbye forever. See you in the air on Tupolev aircraft.